If you want to know how bad BlueSky is and just what the mainstream comics crowd is like, BlueSky has been melting down over the last, of course, 48 hours about the whole Charlie Kirk situation. And these people, these subhumans, are saying that this crazy nut job who, of course, went out and cheered on the assassination of Charlie Kirk because this nut is sick in the head, who DC Comics has been promoting, who Tor Books has been promoting, who Patreon's promoting. And they're all like, shame on DC Comics for doing this. These people are out of their minds. This is who runs the comic industry now. This is exactly why we fight here, guys. This is exactly why, of course, we have to make our stand against Marvel and DC Comics and everybody involved. As much as this Felker-Martin person actually was the one who was stupid enough to do something like this, they all actually feel like it's okay and that they want you dead. And they do. From Heather Antos in the industry to Mark Waid in the industry, they really do. They don't want you to be able to feed your families because you're conservative or Christian. They want you to never be able to exist again. In fact, if it's some of these people might even be insane enough to do something like this themselves. And this is exactly what it's like in comics. They've purged normal people over the last 20 years. For what reason? All because they just have abject hate in their hearts for anything that's different than them. And it's because they're so miserable. One of the posts I saw yesterday, which I covered on the channel, was actually showing, and here's why. I mean, like, if you think about it, DC Comics paying $70 a page to writers. This person writes one comic book for them per year. So they're making $1,400 a month. This industry's all fake. Nobody's making money. These aren't professionals. No professionals work in comics because if you're a professional writer who's any good, you go do something else. You don't work for these companies because you can't get paid on that level. So they're all LARPing like they're professionals, and they're all posturing full-time. And that posturing full-time has led them to become just a political nightmare of a bunch of loser nobodies who just want to hurt everybody else who's actually just got normal jobs and the like. And that's what this comes down to. So here it is. Roxane Gay is another person who's gone way big with the left in mainstream culture and the like. I'm going to go over all the tweets on BlueSky about Felker-Martin trying to defend this dude and actually get him back at DC Comics after DC pulled his red hood because of his nasty comments. Now, remember, Felker-Martin did not just do this. Felker-Martin also was involved with advocating for slitting J.K. Rowling's throat, also advocating for 9/11, saying it was a good thing. I mean, this person's a nut job. I don't know why DC Comics would want them around to begin with, but these people are so sick on BlueSky. Let's get into this news. Please hit the like and subscribe button and join us as we talk about all things comics, my friend. And I do have a comics Substack where I've got comics I'm posting every day and free books for you. So please get on this in the description below. Start reading today because this is the alternative to the mainstream. I'm blacklisted, of course, from all these companies, always have been, because of my YouTube commentary here, and I've been making comics this entire time. Really appreciate the over 1,000 people who signed up. Join us in the description below, and thanks for being here. All right. There it is. Absolute shame on DC Comics for firing Gretchen Felker-Martin. And here it is. Roxane Gay. Like I said, this is a person in the industry, writer, editor, publisher, professional. This person's been propped up. People call me a bad feminist. And you can see she's followed by John Scalzi and Gail Simone and Heather Antos. This person has been propped up by the industry for years because of politics. Is a totally talentless hack, and that's exactly what's been in the industry. It says it's an absolute shame that DC fired Gretchen Felker-Martin for exercising free speech. Exercising free speech, everybody. So now advocating for terrorism, and this is terrorism. We know it is. It's an Antifa killer, nasty. That's what they advocate. That's exercising free speech now, is advocating for terrorism, okay? And cheering it on. You should be in jail, Roxane Gay. That's what should be the case here, because you're gaslighting people and encouraging this even further is ridiculous. And then BlueSky suspended his account. I will of course edit this editor because that's a man. Roxane Gay is talking about. Every writer here should be decrying this because we have to stand up for each other. It's ridiculous. Now, Roxane Gay never said a word when Kickstarter banned me. Roxane Gay never said a word when Patreon banned me. Roxane Gay never said a word when I was banned from the World Science Fiction Convention. So, we know exactly what's going on. They libeled me. I had to actually sue them over it. And I won. So that was free speech. This is terrorism, Roxane Gay. It's very different. And you could see all these people. Emily Hughes Another Bram Stoker Award horror bitch. Why do they call themselves like, I'm a bad feminist, I'm a horror bitch? Why do they literally put this stuff in their profiles? These are mentally ill weirdos. The entire comic industry is mentally ill weirdos at this point. It's tough. Like, as a person who makes comics, like, you really don't want to be around it, because, like, normal people don't act like this. I mean, they don't. It's so disgusting. Cowardly, quizzling behavior from DC and Blue Sky leadership. No, you're disgusting. You're absolutely disgusting, Emily C. Hughes, and you know it too. That's why you're on Blue Sky. And I think we all know Emily's pretty disgusting. So we don't have to go further with that. Ugh. We generally need more public criticism of the Blue Sky team in moderation. Tommy Valdez is another comic industry guy. This is not the way. It will fall on deaf ears. Yeah. And so they're going back and forth. But it goes further. If you just look across Blue Sky, this is all they're doing. Gretchen Felker-Martin getting his comic canceled for echoing this exact sentiment is wildly on the nose. Yes. There it is. Okay. Blue Sky is just banning Gretchen Felker-Martin on Reflex anytime things happen now. This person, of course, has encouraged violence so many times at this point that he, a man pretending to be a woman again, it keeps getting banned on Blue Sky. Now, Blue Sky, again, encourages this, wants people like Gretchen Felker-Martin. This is the environment they festered, and yet he keeps getting banned on there. It's pretty crazy. It's not like me getting banned on there or anything like that, which, oddly, I'm not banned. I'm surprised. I figured Blue Sky would mass report me just because I tell the truth here. But Gretchen Felker-Martin did nothing wrong. Yeah, he did. They really did ban him. Purely trans women are scary reasons. For purely trans women are scary. I don't even know what this person's trying to say. It's insane that Gretchen Felker-Martin got permabanned for one of his utterances, which was not an actual death threat. And you can see this is the sentiment on Blue Sky. They all are calling for this person to be back there, and it's crazy. And they're calling for this person to not be fired for this stuff. Now, he apparently replied to this and said, "Oh, this is pretty interesting, pretty wild." And this is how unrepentant they are about hatefulness, about bigotry, about wanting to do this stuff. This was the original quote, and this is it. And of course, they're still continuing on this. So where did the person actually say about the new statement? I'm trying to go through this article. So long. They really tried to SEO. This is what these article writers do a lot of the time. They try to SEO things so much. And here is some of the conversation. He said he received a phone call from DC Editor-in-Chief. The story of the issue's release had gone from being celebratory to something that DC and Warner Brothers couldn't stand behind or defend. Any kind of promotion of violence or harm is unacceptable to them. Good. And then I said, I've listened to Charlie Kirk being an overt Nazi for years of my life. They have no regrets. I had no regrets for what I said about him. Look at this, guys. I mean, this is how these people are. They're going to call people Nazis. This person does want Charlie Kirk dead, is happy that he's dead, is celebrating that he's dead, and isn't even repentant after that. This is what we're fighting against. This is the comic industry right here. And of course, others comics. Comicsgate ran wild for years, nurtured by people who comics should have known better because it kept them relevant or lined their pockets, but this is right here in the line to draw, not when your own staff was getting harassed and hassled. Come on, son. I don't know what this has to do with Comicsgate. My gosh. Roxane Gay, we already covered the reaction on this. Absolutely crazy that they're defending this type of thing. It should be absolutely gotten rid of. Now, Ethan Van Sciver did say things right. He said, we got one. Just beginning. Great job, Comicsgate. Enough is a effing enough. Yes, enough is enough of these people, 100%. My gosh, this is so sick. And gosh, what a terrible website this Comics Journal is. Oh, well. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Blue Sky's insane. Oh, my gosh. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to sign up for my comics Substack in the description below, and we'll be back soon.